haven't looked at this in about a week, so let's remember where we were. Yeah. So I did a little refactoring off stream and primarily accomplished two things. One, I refactored how animations worked and brought a little bit more sanity to that process. There's now an animation class, struct, table, whatever, that manages all that automatically, or well, like in a concentrated kind of way. And then I changed how unit tests are implemented now. What I have now is actually very, very nice. I switched from using Lua test or whatever it was to something called Busted, which with a little bit of makefile trickery, I'm now able to produce an HTML report with code coverage and that kind of thing. So that's actually going to be really, really useful for us when we begin the serious refactoring that's kind of inevitable here when this is finished. Before we get into this, let me just step away for a second, turn on the air conditioner. It's kind of stuffy in here. Realize I've been muted for the last half hour. Whoops. So, okay, what's going on here then? It has to be in one of these three files. It seems like it must be. So now we are playing animations using our new animation class. And if there's animation being played, we just exit the update loop and let the animation run. This is some debugging we added that doesn't matter. We're checking for victory earlier in this file. I don't think it matters. Wait a minute, units update. What did units update used to do? This is probably getting closer, actually. Units update. So I remember that was a really inefficient thing I did initially, and I refactored it out. So units update. Yeah, so this would iterate over each unit, which is why it was inefficient, and it would compute the pixel position. It would move toward the correct pixel position given a cell coordinate, and that has been replaced by the unit move animation, which is a function that returns a function which tracks its own internal state that does basically the same thing. So I don't see anything meaningful happening there, actually. Meaningfully different. So where the hell am I failing to update that cell, that cursor position or whatever? Did I change cursor? I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't change any of that. So, turn end, I guess? What is going on here? I don't even think I changed this file at all. Oops. So camera focus, and now we're kicking off an animation. Does that even make sense? The camera focus surely does. Yeah, and the animation, yeah, that's correct also, I feel. So, where did this thing go? Here, I forgot I don't need to move my own guy. So the cursor at 28.7, that's correct. The camera is at 16.0, that's correct. And the unit goes from 28.7 to 25.7, that's all correct. So the unit moves. To make sure camera focus updates the camera pixel value correctly. It seems like surely it must, but I mean, the pan animation, yeah, because the camera is obviously moving, so that's correct. The camera animation is correct. It's really just a matter of failing to set the cursor position after that unit moves, and I don't get it. The cursor always thinks it's at 28.7. The last code that should execute should be that function call to turn end right here. So what's going on? Does this automatically work if I do... It's also possible I broke this a while ago. Actually, hang on. Yeah, hang on. I bet I broke this when I yeah, you know what? I bet you this is what's happening. This is mystifying because I broke this earlier and I didn't even realize it. So this unit, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. This unit normally starts at 10.7. So the unit normally starts like right here or something. Whatever, there. And I didn't bother changing it to put it all the way over here until I wanted to improve the camera panning. So I bet you this bug has been here for a while and I didn't notice it because it's not the kind of thing that you would notice unless you went looking for it. So this is probably completely unrelated to the animation changes I've made, and this has been broken probably since I refactored that giant cursor update loop into the CPU and human loop. And then I was on stream saying, oh my god, I can't believe it all works and I didn't break anything. Well, okay. I broke it and it doesn't all work. That's what's happening. Okay. So we can stop looking for what broke it in the last change set because that wasn't it. I bet you it's something that was refactored out of the cursor loop earlier. So just looking at the code, I want to see what happens when I do this. If I can do cursor. Is cursor cell, does it have a player component? Do I have that open? Cursor cell is nil, okay. I just want to see what happens if I do cursor dot cell is unit. What is that going to do? Let's see what that does. That was it. That was it. Okay, so we need to select the CPU needs to select the unit. And that would make sense because previously the human loop and the CPU loop were in the same place, so there would have been one unit selection taking place, and higher up in the code is where, near that one selection is where that cursor.cell value would have been set, and I refactored that into two different loops, and cursor.cell went with the human side because I didn't think that the CPU would even need a cursor, right? Because I don't render the cursor when the CPU moves. But that is a mechanism for communicating to the camera where it should be on the next pass through the update loop. So that's what happened. That's what happened. Okay. At least that makes sense. Good 60-minute bug there, but we got it. Okay, great. So let's, I guess, rip out all this debugging crap, commit this, and then see where we are. Should be a lot of print H everywhere. It needs to come out now. So the underlying problem here, of course, is that this architecture is all like complete garbage. The more I think about this, the clearer the picture becomes in my head of what it should look like, but I don't quite have it figured out yet. So I'm just going to stay the course and keep writing bad code until we're ready to do that. And now that we have that unit testing framework in place, you know, we're going to be in a good spot. When we go to do our refactoring. That'll be really nice. I guess I'll leave that guy. Let's make that map change permanent because I want to see that problem if I create it again. So let's actually leave that guy over there. Well, here, let's do, what is this? I want to commit all this. I want all this on the same commit, I think. So let's see. Or let's see. Just want to make sure I got the print H stuff ripped out. I do not. If I were being a little bit more disciplined, I wouldn't have that change on this commit, but it's so trivial, I don't think I care. Oh, did I have a... what was that? Battle? Oh, battle needs to be there. Yeah, okay. So camera... that was a refactoring for cleanliness. And also to... save some characters. Comment this up a little bit. I didn't do this before. Am I using this? Yeah. Good. I guess I should run that, huh? Make sure. Oh yeah, I also, when I refactored this into the animation class, I also just cleaned up something. You wouldn't be able to see it on your end, but there was always an annoying delay previously when I would move one of my units, or rather, when the camera moved from an enemy unit back to my unit, there would be a delay before I could click on that guy again, and that was really annoying. And now that is solved, so that's pretty nice. Let's see, what is that turn end? Let me put that wiggle back in. Let me put that back in turn end. That wiggle parameter strives to prevent the camera from refocusing to an annoying degree. You know, if we have two units that are 2 or 3 cells apart, I don't want the camera to center every time, because it accomplishes nothing and it kind of gives me motion sickness. We're gonna have to tune a lot of that later, but you know, grossly it works. What is this? Oh, I don't want that at all. So, okay, we fixed these camera bugs. Yeah, okay, changed. Why is that? What the hell? Didn't I just... Oh, that's... That's the linter. Okay, whatever. It's the formatter. Fine. One last time. Check that. Looks correct. Actually, let me restart PickleWage so I can clear all that garbage and make sure we don't debug anything anymore. Make sure our camera still works. It's looking good. I want to see if it wiggles or not correctly. See, like now... Oh, whoops, that logic is screwed up. I don't care, though. Obviously, the CPU stuff is like a total stub, right? I couldn't tell if the wiggle worked or not, but again, we'll tune that. That conceptually does work. We might just need to tweak some parameters a bit, so whatever. So we'll amend that commit. And now we have a moderately sensible mechanism for implementing animations, so that's nice. And then let's commit that, I guess, map change. Let's commit that. And chore test. Fine. Let's take a look at that to-do file. Okay, so what do we do? I keep talking about a refactoring we need to do. I think probably what we're going to do is refactor a lot of these functions to accept some kind of uniform game state object. I think. Because if we're passing around a uniform data structure, it should just make it easier to standardize how things are configured, I think. I don't know. Okay. Let me grab a drink, and then we'll see what we're going to work on next. Remember to unmute myself this time, so I'm not muttering to myself for the next hour. Let's go blow this guy up just as a brief functional test. Okay, good. Game still works. And now that we have, you know, the mechanisms in place to actually do animations and stuff, we'll probably do that pretty soon. Because right now, you know, you blow up a gun and he deletes and the map advances. I mean, that's trash, right? We want to see some lasers. We want to see some explosions. We want, like, victory and loss banners and stuff. And now we can do all of that. Just trying to figure out what to do next. I think I'm kind of reluctant to say the word easy, but I almost think it might be easy to make units take the appropriate A-star path through their... you know, through their path when they move. Where are we on space now? If you don't know much about Pico 8, one of the important things to know about it is that it's an intentionally very constrained environment, and some of the constraints pertain to code size. So right now we're at 6,200 of 8,200 tokens, which are like equal signs, dots, square braces, etc. And, 4,900 of 65,000... Sorry, 49,000 of 65,000 characters. So we're starting to run out of space. The good news here is that the code is pretty heavily commented, and we can absolutely update our makefile to run an uglifier against it, right? We'd have to make the build process a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with, but what we would do is we would employ a kind of Webpack-like, pre-compilation step where we take all of these source files that I have here, concatenate them, run them through an uglifier, which would strip out my comments and stuff, which would give us thousands of characters back easily. And then here, instead of including all of these one at a time, we just include, bundle.lua or whatever. I'm not thrilled with that approach for a couple of reasons, but I could absolutely live with it if we got critically low on space. But given that we're low on space, I do wonder if maybe I should go easy on some of the animations at first. I don't know. I need to think about that. What's left? We gotta do a bunch of animations. We gotta do counterattacks. I don't know if bases are gonna make it in this game. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem recently. Fire Emblem has no bases, and it's a wonderful strategy game, tactics game, so I don't think bases are strictly required. I might put in a dialogue panel if I want to drive the story a little bit more. Make some, I don't know, anime waifu or something to, progress the story, and maybe some bad guy commander or something, I don't know. And then, yeah, the other big thing, too, is going to be the enemy AI. Which, maybe this is naive, but I don't feel like that has to be a huge amount of code. I don't know. And then there's a lot of refactoring to do. With luck, once we refactor, we have less code than we have now. But with that said, that's not guaranteed, because I'm going to refactor for cleanliness and readability versus compactness or even performance. So we might refactor and get bigger. And then there's some stuff I can just throw away, like here, just for the hell of it. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that trivially, but like this debug code I have, this can come out. That'll give us symbols back, or tokens back. So yeah, okay, so we're about, let's say, 3/4 of the way. I don't think compressed file size is going to bite us, probably, because what I did was I already blocked out all the map space. So, you know, all of this memory is represented now in that compressed figure. We're gonna need more sprites. We're gonna need music and sound effects. So yeah, we're gonna cut this close, but I think it's all gonna fit. I think it's all gonna fit. Oh, and then yeah, we need to make an actual game out of this. I mean, like, obviously I have 3 kind of garbage maps. We're gonna want to make a game, right? So we're gonna need space for map definitions and stuff. Yeah, I don't want to fall down the premature optimization rabbit hole, though, so I think I'm just going to advance with making what I would want to make, and then if we run out of space, we'll reach into our bag of tricks and wire up some uglifiers and that kind of thing. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. I'm curious, so, okay. Characters is 48 of 65. However, if we run Slock on this, what do we see? We have 2,000 lines, 375 of which are comments. So let's say that's, I don't know, let's call that 1/6 of our code. 1/6, 1/7 is comments. Yeah, okay, we still got a little space. Well, let's see. I'll probably call it there for the night. I think the next thing, I need to think a little bit before I decide the next thing to work on, but it's probably going to be this victory loss banner. It's going to be one of these animations probably, because now that we have that animation mechanism in place, we need to use it and make sure that it solves the problems we need it to solve. So yeah, next we probably spend some time on animations. And then refactor when we get the animations done. I'm also going to fill time when I feel like it, probably offline, just writing unit tests, but the unit tests don't load into pick 08, so they don't count at all against our size limits or anything, so those are fine. We can write those without any worry. But yeah, alright, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great night. Take care.